Hey, it's just me, apparently. Where did I lose Madison?
Whew.
There she is.
I tried to switch this up with the camera and then it went away.
Well, at least you have electricity today. The last time we were
True.
on live, she was rubbing two sticks together to make electricity or something. I'm not sure what she was doing, but it managed to work. It was kind of dark over there in her bunker in the undisclosed location, wherever it is,
My
somewhere in the
funnel layer.
great Northwest. We don't know where. But hey, so we are back. And today we are going to continue the conversation we had last Thursday, which is where we were talking about what?
Oh, it's probably something nobody's ever heard of before. They probably don't
Well,
know
they
what's going
certainly
on.
6 months ago they hadn't heard of it, but now it is the talk of the town.
It
So
is
we are
the
going to
talk
be
of the
talking
town.
about OfferLab because tomorrow is the big launch day. There's going to be 2 webinars. We will show you what times those will be in a minute. And then the rest of the week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, there's going to be, who knows, 8 hours probably worth of live training. They supposedly have like 45 people coming to Boise, all to talk about affiliate marketing. They're going to be put up on stage back to back to back to back to back. And then, of course, at the end of each day, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, there will also be a VIP opportunity where you can get an extra hour or so worth of additional training for VIP people only. We'll show you in a minute how to sign up for that. And then after that, every day, we are going to come back and we are going to go live once again to talk even more OfferLab. And we're going to be bringing in people live on the ground and talk to them. People are actually in the room. Both Madison and I were invited, and unfortunately, neither of us could get out of
Well,
our
but let's
basement
be
long enough to get
honest.
there.
Let's be honest with the people, Dan.
What's
We
that?
knew we could serve them best from Super Ambassador Live headquarters. So
Well, yeah.
we chose to stay home so that we could be with all of you fancy people.
Yes, that was it. Yes, we have no ability once we get there to go live, and so because of it, we have to have other people there going live.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure why we couldn't run everything. Okay, but we're here for you, is what it really comes down to. So we're stuck in our homes. So that's what's going on here. So, a couple of things though. So if you want to, and you're going to see here as we go through this really very quickly, if you have never heard of OfferLab before, you can get signed up for this, and it works in a way where myself, I'm a member currently. Madison's a member. Lots of other people are members, and we can then bring people into our network. We can all share commissions together and stuff like that. So if you want to get involved with this, you want to get involved with our network, just reach out to either one of us on Facebook. Just give us a DM, and we can talk to you about it from there, because we can't drop any links here or they're going to throw us in the pokey, and we don't want that. So I think I covered the main points up front. We're going to go live every single day this week. What time? Tomorrow is going to probably be about 2 p.m. Pacific time, so 5 p.m. Eastern time. After that, who knows? Because we have no idea how long each day is going to run. So we don't know when the VIP session is going to be. So we don't know when it's going to be done, because we also don't know how long it's going to run. Probably hour and a half each day. Who knows on that? But again, if you're interested in anything, just reach out to one of the two of us here. And then, was there anything else before we run through real quickly? Just
We're
make sure
both tagged in the comment. We're both tagged in the comment of the video, so you can just click on that, either one of our names, and it'll take you straight to our profile.
There we go. That will be very simple for somebody to do that. Okay, so let me do this here, because I'm going to walk you through real quick what the sales pages and stuff look like, and I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share the window, this one here. We're going to share that, and you should be seeing my window. And I'm going to do my best not to expose too many top secrets here. So here is what is now the current landing page. They have gone through so many different iterations on this. Last Friday, they were talking about they had a version wherein they had Russell was going to talk about, or the headline had something to do with 17 different income models, or 17 different ways to make money.
Yep.
Yeah, make money inside of OfferLab. And apparently, I mean, at the time they said, I think it was performing 50% better than everything else, Well, now we got this one here. So again, they've split test, split test, split test. This one here now apparently is the winner. Discover the #1 secret to turn other people's funnels into your own personal sales army. And I have seen that headline bouncing around in a bunch of different places just recently here. So you're going to come here to this page. You're going to click on the button there for Get My Tickets. I'm not going to do that right now because I already did. And it brings you to this page right here. And there are 3 different videos. So here we got video number 3 is the current one because, again, the launch is tomorrow. But when you come in here, I forget what you got to do. But somehow, well, you go to the next page, you'll see the actual video. But you can also then go back and see video number 1 and video number 2. But what Russell is doing here, and you obviously watch the video, he's trying to get you to upgrade to the VIP. Like we said, that's extra training, extra everything. And in fact, we come down here to the bottom. It's not just an extra hour with Russell and all the speakers each day. It is actually a whole bunch of other additional training. So you get the replays, you get all that, but you got your Hook Story offer course from Russell, which I don't know if I've ever seen that. I've certainly heard him talk about Hook Story offer enough times. This one here is totally new to me, the Expert Evolution, how to develop frameworks to create offers. Again, I've heard Russell talk about frameworks, but I don't know if I've ever seen this before. And then the Traffic Secrets Masterclass, which he did that in like 2018, and I don't know as though it's ever been released anywhere since then. I forget where I got a copy of it, but I listened to it, and this is actually really a good training. So, and it's $47 for God's sake. So don't need that open. So yeah, jump on that. $47 when you come in here. You'll land on this page, and then here is then video number 3. And if you want to watch video number 1 or 2, you can click on it up here. Especially video number 1. I mean, video number 3 is great because it really gives you an understanding of where Russell was when he decided to basically take this venture on. He honestly was thinking about quitting, just throwing it all in, because and just watch the video, you'll understand why. And then they came up with Offer Lab, and it really rejuvenated him. I mean, Madison, what do you think about that whole video?
I think it was incredibly powerful. I think if you look at, obviously you look at Russell's life from Instagram, right? And it's like, he's hanging out with Tony Robbins. They're in Mexico. Oh man, that guy's just got it, right? Like, it's that perfect example of you never know what's really going on that you don't see. And I think it ties back to, if you remember, was about 6-8 months ago, he re-released the podcast. That's the Russell Brunson Show. And he did that first episode talking about Dave dying, 2.0 not going as they had planned, the whole incident with on the wrestling mat where social media blew that up to a giant thing that, and you can see with this the whole picture, right? You see the relationships and the people he had really made their livelihood for him, right? He showed them how to make money. He showed them how to do it, and they go off and not only just do their own thing, take his content, stab him in the back in the process, and say, sayonara, sucker. I'm going to go make my buck someplace else. And so no wonder the guy wanted to kind of walk away from all of it. And I think if you look, hindsight's 2020, right? You look back and you go, Russell did kind of withdraw. Like, there wasn't this obviously push that there is now in this intensity. And it feels like he's back ready to win again. And I think there's little Easter eggs in that video. One that I think if you pull back and you think about it again, Funnel Hacking Live, the last Funnel Hacking Live, he led that hint about not wanting to do another live event. But then he also said, wouldn't it be cool to sell at Madison Square Garden? And it was like, well, how are you going to do that? If all the funnel hackers are in this room and there's 5,000 people, how are we going to sell at Madison Square Garden? Well, he's going to bridge the gap and bring people from Shopify and from the other funnel builders that will not be mentioned on this show.
Yeah. Well, there was two main points in there, and one is something that I've certainly pointed out to people before: is you have people who made their chops in ClickFunnels. We could argue whether they would have done it with some other software or not, but they got all the bling. They got the trophies on their walls. They got the lanyards around their necks. They got their picture standing there with Russell, and they have all that in an advertisement where they're selling a competitor's product.
Yeah.
And every time I see that, I just go, really, really? I mean, come on. That's just, I mean, for me, every time I see that, I just have no respect at all for those people who are doing that kind of stuff. Make it on your own or don't. I mean, come on, don't be using somebody else's stuff to prop yourself up. I mean, that's certainly my personal opinion on that. But there was another point in there later in the video where he said he was looking at some comments. Somebody had posted an image of their 2 Comma Club award, and underneath it, everybody's like, just slagging on this person. And Russell's like, well, the reason why they're mad is because the software that they're using doesn't give out these kind of cool awards, and maybe don't help the people to get to that level of success. But then somebody else down in the comments wrote, I'm still a funnel hacker. I just use a different platform.
Yeah.
And Russell said that just gutted him. And I get it. You have poured 10 years of your life into this, and people just, oh yeah, I'm still one of you, but I'm not. And those kind of things is what really propelled him to create this platform, because on this platform, you can use competitors, you can use ClickFunnels, you can use whatever platform you want eventually. Not all of them are integrated in here yet. But you can use other platforms. You can pull in products. You don't even need another platform. You can build your funnels right inside of OfferLab. And so it's a way of bringing the market back together. And he's absolutely right. And I've heard a few other people, this old timers, say the same thing now, Mike Filsame and others, saying that, back in the day, everybody worked together. I was associated with Ed Dale for years in his coaching program, going way back. A lot of people might remember going back to the 30-day challenge. He originally started that with Frank Kern, and then Frank split off after the first year, and Ed kept it going for, I don't know, maybe 10 years, and I was in his coaching program and that kind of stuff. But he would tell stories about very early on in the internet marketing world, a lot of people who were in Dan Kennedy's world, guys like, again, Frank Kern, Yannick Silver, who's Ryan Dice and his partner, at least had been for a while, Perry Belcher, John Reese. All these guys worked together at the very beginning of the internet, working together, selling each other's stuff, promoting each other's stuff. And that really kind of fell apart as the market became segmented, and these people realistically are not really working together anymore. And the whole idea is for OfferLab to bring them all back together so we can all work together again. So couple last, unless, did you have anything else, Madison, on this?
I was just going to add the example that I thought of on Friday is our neighbor sells a pump to inflate rafts, and he's kind of an old school guy, and it took 3 years to get him to switch from his own website to Spotify, as he says. That's what he calls it, Spotify. It's Shopify. Spotify, right? So that's what we're talking about here. So to get the guy to move to funnels is going to be like, who knows? I don't even know what had happened in my lifetime, right? But now I can say, hey, Jim, you got your products on Spotify already, Shopify. Just hook them up to this thing called OfferLab, and anybody can sell them. Now, I can sell them through a funnel and actually prove to be like, funnels are a better way to sell than Shopify. And that's something that logistically would have been a nightmare, because if I sold them through a funnel, I have to either buy the stock from him, or I'd have to send them the orders to fulfill on them. And now, if I choose to, I can sell them through a funnel. The order just passes all the way through, like an external order. We can show you that a little bit later on. But it opens up that collaboration that you don't have to convince somebody to use ClickFunnels, to invest in ClickFunnels again if they're already on Shopify, high level, I think WooCommerce.
Yeah, we can show the
about
list
Amazon. I think that's going to be a stretch.
Yeah. So as far as the events going forward in the next couple of days, because today really is the last day before the big launch tomorrow. And so we got times here. We have 2 different webinars tomorrow. The first one is 1 p.m. Eastern time, 10 p.m. or 10. Yeah, 1 p.m., 10 a.m. Pacific time. There we go. This is specifically for affiliates, but Russell would suggest, and so would I, that if you're really interested in this, watch both of these webinars. I know it's going to take up a bunch of your day, as is Thursday, Friday, Saturday with everything going on there. But again, if you're VIP, you get recordings. So if you miss some of it, you can.
For 1 week, 7 days.
Yeah.
7 days is the key to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So then the second one is at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So one or the other there, log into event dashboard here. Okay, so I guess tomorrow morning when these go live, I mean, I'm sure Russell, if you get signed up and you're VIP and all that stuff, Russell will definitely be sending out a bajillion emails in the morning, but you can also find a link to it here. And then the bonus event, as they're calling it now here, September 4th through 16, where you're going to have a lot more speakers in this. Again, I heard the number 45. So it's at least that, I mean, it's 10 to 15 per day is what it's going to be. Each one's going to get 20, 30 minutes or something to speak. But then, so that's going to start each day at 11 a.m. Eastern.
I would imagine there's going to be a logical repitch, probably maybe Friday. There's going to be some.
Would be shocking.
It would be, right? There might be some questions that need to be answered. Like, this is structured slightly different, but it's still going to be the perfect webinar. Like, it's still going to be the perfect webinar. Is the challenge framework is the perfect webinar done over several days. It's still going to be that. So even if you're like, I do not have the capacity to do anything with OfferLab, I'm focused on building my webinar or my challenge or my course, watch it from that aspect of the sales presentation with it, because it ultimately will be a sales presentation to sell whatever is the OfferLab offer.
Yeah.
Sorry, spoiler alert.
Yeah, no, I hadn't thought of that, but you're absolutely right. You can't. Russell couldn't possibly do anything without it being a perfect webinar format. So you're absolutely right. Each day, there's going to be, give us your ahas. It's going to probably be tied to the school group, and he's going to want to get everybody in the school group and doing ahas. And I'm guessing on the school group, but maybe he'll create a new school group just for this tomorrow. I don't know, because you gotta get everybody excited, and rightfully so, because this is actually really super cool thing, and we'll show you that here in a second. So if excuse me. Once you do all this and you get signed up, or somebody sends you a link, especially if you happen to come into the world here after the whole launch is over, you will probably eventually end up on a page that looks very similar to this right here. And
the other thing is, Dan, we should comment. It doesn't end on Wednesday. It doesn't end tomorrow. Like, don't think that if you're at the point where you're first hearing about this, there's going to be an offer, even though there'll be a closed cart, there will be an offer that will continue. I fully imagine that, right? I mean, they could yank us off the air if that's not true, but I can't imagine they've put all this time and effort into something that's actually going to close. Offer may not be as good. It may be priced more money. It might not have all the bells and whistles in it, but this will continue. Like, this thing is not ending on, I think the closed cart is like Sunday or Monday. So if you don't sit on something, whatever. Don't sit on the sideline thinking you've missed your opportunity, because there is still opportunity to build this thing. Remember, most of the world has never heard of this yet.
Right.
Most of the internet marketers have never heard of this yet.
Right. And the big opportunity right now is to get in. I mean, we can use MLM type of terms and say, you got to get in on the ground floor. You got to get in early, all that kind of stuff. But in this case here, is true, because if you can get in and again, go through the pages we showed you over here, get signed up. Oh, and one thing I didn't say is that when you come here and you click on Get My Ticket, right here, you will automatically be registered for a free OfferLab account. So then when you get to this page here, you can click on it and access my OfferLab account. I have not clicked on this. Let's see how much trouble I get in when I do this. Let me see here. Yay, didn't show my email address. An invitation from connecting pieces to collaborate. I have no idea what that means. Huh.
Isn't that Adam and Jason?
Yeah, yeah, could be. Why is that link attached to this? All right, well, we might need to let somebody know about that, because I don't know why I would end there unless, maybe that's because of the account that I'm currently have open. I may have signed up through those guys. That may have been it, because we were all testing it one day. We were all talking to each other and testing it one day. That's why that may be, because I'm actually logged into something other than my normal account. That might be why it's showing there. But the point is, remember,
you're supposed to be hard coded to that affiliate,
right?
Like that's the pitch angle part of it. You're hard coded, meaning there's no cookie that's going to expire in 7 days or whatever. So that's probably why you're seeing this now, which is even more confidence in the whole system of that hard coding.
Yeah. And again, what the hard coding means is there is the opportunity for a 100% commission on a $497 upgrade to certification, which is going to be a lot of what Russell's going to be talking about tomorrow and the next few days after that. And here's the one thing that's confusing a lot of people is they think that somebody one of the groups the other day was like going, well, yeah, this person I know, they signed up under somebody else, but I'm the one that sent them the certification link, so I should get credit for that certification upgrade. And it's like, no. Hard-coded means that once they're signed up under person A, person B and everybody else is cut out. Yeah. You can't get any commissions on it because person A is the one who got them into the system. So don't think that you can just be like throwing around the certification link somewhere and you're going to get credit for it, because you're not. So I'll just save you that trouble and the time of trying to do that. So either way, you're going to end up on this page or one that looks like this with my name on it and or Madison's name on it or her LLC or whatever when you go to sign up. But then after that, once you log in and get inside, again, here is an account where I have nothing in it, so it's safe to show everything in here. So right now in this account, I have no referrals, no nothing, but you come down here to the bottom and you click on Refer Friends. And anyone in here that you have signed up in your network, you're going to see their email address and all that stuff. That's why I'm not showing my real account, because I don't want to.
Massive list of opt-ins.
Massive. It goes
list of
on
certification sales
forever.
He's going to be on his yacht next week.
Yes. Well, probably before then. So either way, if you want to get somebody to sign up, you come up here to the right-hand corner, top right, after you click down here on Refer Friends, and you click there. And for the next couple of days, you want to send them to this pre-launch link. So you copy that link, and that will bring people to this page right here. And after that, until we know otherwise, I would say you would send them to the general referral link, and you would copy that here and send that to them. Now, once the weekend is over, once the actual launch ends, the cart closes on September 9th. As Madison said, they're going to keep selling this. So who knows what links are going to be in here, because Russell made it very clear that after the 9th, there's going to be some other big something or another at that point to be promoted.
You may not get 100% commission. You may only get 40%, or it might be $9.97 and you get 20%, or the certification's not available at all, and now it is what it is, and you're just signing up for OfferLab.
Yeah. And we don't have time today to go into what certification means, what it doesn't mean. But what you want to do is go through the videos, and then at some point you will be sent a link or Russell will give you a link tomorrow during the webinars where he goes through. Plus, during the webinars, I have no doubt
We'll know a
he's
lot
going
more
to go
about it.
through
Yeah.
and explain exactly what the certification means. And the thing is, it's $497, but you seriously will make that okay. No guarantees here or anything, but let's just put it this way: it's cheap money because it buys you into a higher level of commissions. And again, we don't have time. We could spend half an hour going into all of that complicated stuff. So this is here the basics. So you come into your account, click on refer friends, click on up here right now, today, the next couple of days, grab this link right there, give that to your friends, get people into your network. And again, we don't have time today to explain all the hundreds of reasons why you want to get people into your network. But one other thing I wanted to show here is the things that it is currently, let me see here, integrations, what is currently available in here for integrations. So we got Spotify here, Shopify here, we got ClickFunnels, WooCommerce, et cetera, and High Level down here. So the two main funnel building platforms, ClickFunnels and High Level, are right here. And I will tell everybody, it's like, oh, I don't have ClickFunnels, I don't have High Level, I don't want to pay for it. You can build right here in the in OfferLab itself. You can build funnels, and let's just see if we can find. Well, I know that this one right here is built on. If we go here, preview, this funnel right here is built on ClickFunnels. Let me just view the page source real quick just to make sure. Yeah. So this one here is built on ClickFunnels. So we know that. And then let's just find some other one here that chances are is probably built. Yeah, this one here is probably built directly inside of OfferLab. No, in fact, this one is built in ClickFunnels.
Yeah, it's ClickFunnels. Yeah.
ClickFunnels as well. Okay, let's try. Oops, let's go back. Wrong one. Let's go back here to home. That was also built in ClickFunnels. Let me see. Retention made simple. Let's see where this one's built. All right. Okay, nope, that's an actual URL too.
Or it's a different, it's non-OfferLab.
This is High Level.
If you went to the marketplace, Dan, and pulled one of those top listings, because I believe the marketplace does sort by first in.
Okay.
You should.
But I just want to make sure people know here, this is High Level. So we do have definite proof that can be in there. So you want me to go to the marketplace. Okay.
And if you just click on, just go digital goods.
Digital goods. Okay.
And
this one here.
That one should be in.
Yeah. OfferLab. That one is one from Justin Benton. And this one here was definitely so shop.offerlab.com. So this one right here was, I don't have to open it up, shop.offerlab.com/whatever. So this one we know was actually built directly inside of OfferLab. So right there we got ClickFunnels, High Level, and built right inside of OfferLab. 3 different examples right there. Yep. So
do you have other things to share, or I think this is probably a good point to transition to what I discovered?
I relinquish my control.
Shareability?
Yes. So go right ahead. So Madison is going to show us. So I showed you the basic stuff, the beginner stuff, how to get signed up, all this. Madison is going to show you the opposite end. She's going to show you all kinds of where's the hex of the StreamYard tab? There we go. All right, I will stop my share. Or you do it. There we go. Yeah. She's going to show you the opposite end, the fancy stuff on how to make sure you get your sales page and your checkout or lack thereof actually hooked up properly. So it's all you.
We did lead everybody astray on Thursday when we talked about how to build an OfferLab, convert your funnel page to OfferLab. It is obvious that you need to build specific funnel pages for OfferLab because of one key thing. So I did do what Dan said, And I went through and I made a purchase. And I noticed that this is the funnel I had built previously. Remember, I had all of these buttons linked to scroll to the checkout form at the bottom. So I click this button, I scroll all the way to the bottom, I put my information in, I click the button that we linked through to mark as purchase for OfferLab, and it sends me someplace else. And that's when I went, oh, so your purchases, which makes complete sense, do not happen on your funnel pages. So for example, remember these buttons scrolled, I fixed them. I just made them submit, and you can see they're going here to an OfferLab specific Stripe form.
Now, what I will tell everybody on this is something that, at least as of right now, is proprietary to OfferLab. Yeah. Because Russell talks about it, I think, in the third video some, and we also were in a meeting one day where they were talking about it. And the guys at ClickFunnels, Russell and the rest of the guys at ClickFunnels, they went to Stripe and they said, hey guys, we want to be able to do this. And Stripe said, well, you can't. And, God love them. The people at ClickFunnels didn't take no for an answer. They said, hey, let's work together and figure out how to do this. Not you can't do it. It's like, no, let's figure out how to do this.
And it took Todd and Andrew Culver going and actually meeting, and I think they had to fly to Switzerland or something like that to meet with the guy that founded Stripe and their top tech people to actually figure out how to make this work between the multiple platforms.
Yeah. I don't remember anything about Switzerland, but yeah, they definitely, yeah, well, I think you did. But definitely the heads of Stripe, heads of ClickFunnels, the dev team of Stripe, the dev team of ClickFunnels, they all had to put their heads together and work on this. I don't know how long, but they figured out how to do it. And the end result is that when you have the button on the page now, you don't use the checkout element native to ClickFunnels, high level, wherever else. When you click the button, it opens up a separate Stripe checkout form that you see here on the screen, which is also nice because a lot of people are using link now. So you can click on link, boom, you're done.
Well, and here's also the one where you can actually make future payments, pay now, buy now, pay later, which is not currently native into the ClickFunnels Stripe integration. You could potentially build it if you built a fully API page with a Stripe integration, all that fancy stuff. But this now, your $2,000 offers, your $4,000 offers, you can actually have people utilize that buy now, pay later, which means you get the full money up front. It's Stripe on the back end that carries that contract. And well, actually the third parties that they have processed, it's just like Shop Pay. The payment plan on Shop Pay works the same way. As a seller, you get the full money up front. If that person doesn't pay, it's on Stripe or Shopify or whoever it is, PayPal, to actually go and get that money from that person. So there's obviously interest in different things and like that in it, but that currently is not in ClickFunnels. So if you want to utilize something like that, you may have to get slightly creative and tie back into OfferLab. So the other thing here, as you can see up here.
Well, I think I'm like reading the fine print there because I'm finding this Klarna thing to be interesting because I've not seen this before. So you can charge Klarna account for future payments in accordance with your terms. Okay, you can change this at any time in your Klarna app. So you have to have, you personally, me, if I'm coming in here and I don't have the $5,000 to buy this, I go to my Klarna app on my phone and do whatever, obviously. So I would guess there's some sort of function of signing up for Klarna and possibly getting, maybe they pull a credit check. I mean, I don't know anything on this.
I think they're going to pull a credit check. It's going to pop up. Yep. It's going to pop up a window here. Obviously, if you already have an account, it's probably going to pull your account. I used a random name. So you're going to have to put your phone number in. It's still going to check your eligibility. It's still going to probably give you a range. It may not be the full $5,000 or whatever it is. It might be double that, right? Depending on your credit history and all of that. And then, yeah, your payments would go through here because they've already fronted the money to the merchant, basically.
Yeah. Well, and then, so I'm thinking of something like this, because now in the presentation on the sales page itself, whoever is the seller, whoever is doing the sales video, just like, hey, I understand. Sometimes you can't pay the whole thing right now. So we're making Klarna available for you. All you have to do is click on Klarna. If you can't pay in full right now, just click on Klarna and it will open up the app, fill out the information, and then they'll be able to finance it for you.
So I guess that brings up a really good point, right? Because when we went through and actually set up the thing, it allowed you to do a payment plan or allowed you to get paid in one time or subscription. With payment plan, you're going to have to be responsible for getting the money if they don't pay. With this, I mean, I'd much rather have the $100 million shopper company going out to get the money than Madison calling the phone and go, hey, your payment didn't go through. So that's one way to kind of think about it, that maybe you don't offer a payment plan. And maybe, like you said, in that video, you explained that this is the payment plan that is available.
Yeah. Well, Russell said it many times is he doesn't offer a payment plan because, hey, your credit card is your payment plan. But there's a lot of people who don't have $5,000, $10,000 available on a credit card. They don't have that high of a limit. And so, again, something like this. Now, again, we don't know anything about how Klarna really works. We don't know what the fees are. We don't know any of that stuff. So you got to do your due diligence on this one, because, frankly, I'd never heard of Klarna before like 5 minutes ago. So,
I had now the question is going to be, what happens if they don't qualify? And so if I just close out of this, ooh, that's not good. That's not good.
That's always the beauty of doing things live like this. But so as we were talking here about, doing a video and whatnot, there was one other really cool feature that we can talk about. I don't know if you can show that on here at all quickly, Madison, is the ability that when you're putting together a funnel, that you can put a video on, video on the funnel page.
That's this video right here. It's not so much on the funnel page, it's on the checkout page. And so I just have our little intro. This is at least what I found as the one option.
Yeah, because what I've seen is actually on the top of the funnel page as well. So maybe there's two different places now where you can put them.
Oh yeah, I guess I can drop it right here too.
Sure. Yeah, so the whole idea of this is, so let's say you're putting together a funnel. So in case you don't know how ClickFunnels works, and we didn't really go into it because we've talked about it in so many other videos, is you come in here and you grab, okay, I want this course. I don't have anything myself to sell, but I got a big list. So I'm coming in here. I'm like going, okay, this guy's got this really cool course. I want to sell this course. Well, then I want to put in an upsell. So you put in your upsell and you build it just like you would funnel pages inside of ClickFunnels, high level, wherever else you would build your funnel pages, to stack them one on top of each other. But so somebody comes in and they buy that first course, then they go to the upsell page, the OTO page. And on the top of the OTO page, you can put a video there and you can go, hi, this is Madison. Thank you for buying the course you just purchased over there. This product right here is super cool because it goes along with it. As one of the women in, I think it was the second video, said, okay, so wait a second here. So I teach people how to grow organic gardening, do organic gardening. So I teach them, my course is how to grow the most gigantic beets in the whole wide world, but I don't know how to preserve these beets. So here's my course on how to grow your gigantic beets. Next page in your funnel is that woman at the top going, hey, I just taught you how to grow these gigantic beets, but what are you going to do with all these beets? You got to know how to preserve them. So here is Mary. Mary's got this course on how to preserve your beets for you. And then you can just step people through, but it's you then, you already got them to buy the first one. It is now you then endorsing the second purchase and the third purchase and the fourth purchase as well, with a video. And I think you put some text in there as well.
Yeah. And I'm not getting it to populate on this funnel. I'm I might not be doing it right, but we'll go back to show the checkout page. There is also the option when you're setting up your funnel pages inside of Offer Lab, you can distinguish between a front end offer and an OTO page. So if you chose to, you can use some kind of that OTO logic, wait, special offer, don't miss out on, add this to your order, and you can separate those, and the system knows which one they should show, either if it's, because remember, this is all based on how they line it up. Primary offer, checkout, offer number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gone through and actually purchased my second offer because I had already changed the price. I didn't want to have to change it again to go back and find out that it instantly hits your card right away. That was my thing. I had already spent enough on my test purchases.
Got to set it to $1 and make sure that you have not approved anybody else. So that's one of the things in the system here is you have the ability to approve anybody who is going to start selling your offers. So you want to come in here, create your offer, test it at $1, then approve people to sell. But then as I say that, there's also a feature in here where everybody who you recruit into the system can automatically be your automatically sell your stuff, I think. So you may not be able to do test purchases. Or is there a test mode in this here? And here's the thing is we're like asking questions and wondering stuff because again, this hasn't launched yet.
Yeah.
Very few people have done much in here at this point because it hasn't launched yet. It's been tested very thoroughly, I think, at this point here, but we're all still learning how this thing works. And it's going to evolve over time as well as you put the pressure now of thousands of people coming into the system, you put that pressure on there. Yeah, there's going to be glitches. I mean, be aware of that. I know they're not saying it's in beta, but let's not kid ourselves. It's in beta. So just be aware, this is a new platform and a totally new concept. So, expect a couple of little bumps along the road.
And that's kind of why we wanted to go live, especially today. Like if you're rushing to put your offers on, there's a couple critical things that I discovered over the weekend. Number one, as of currently, there is no alerts for people requesting your offers. So that's something you just got to kind of go back and manually look at. There, you won't even get a bubble, like a notification bubble in messages. You just kind of have to click on messages and look through them, because I was like, I even went to what I did to test. It probably is not like accurate terms of service. I created a second account and I requested to be an affiliate of my own products. So I have 2 accounts. So I could actually see what it looked like from the affiliate side. And so this is my test account. As you can see, like these are offers that are owned by my other account. Okay. And that's how I was able to create this link. And so ultimately at some point I'll get the other half of my money, but that's okay, right? I went through and went, man, I put these great offers up and nobody's requested them. And then I looked in here in my little messages and I saw I had like 3 of them. And I was like, oh, dang. Okay, so there's no notification with that currently. The other thing is, because your orders do not happen on your funnel pages. You can see this one right here. This is the one I'm running currently. I have $0 because the order doesn't happen on this page.
Right.
The caveat to this means if you have a course, how do people gain access to it? Because your normal workflows that we would normally build would come off of this funnel step. You tag it together. The workflow here is a successful purchase. I just have a couple of them, right? You see the funnel, successful purchase, funnel, 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 funnel. So I went through, made the first purchase and go, I got my order confirmation from OfferLab. how do I get my access? And then I went through and went, it says 0 people were here.
Right.
And I went, So what I figured out is that these workflows, your trigger needs to be still a successful order, but you need to leave the funnel and the page blank. And then you come through here and choose what your product is. Make sure it's linked exactly to the product that is on Offer Lab. And then that will allow you to have those purchases come through. And I'll actually take this down a minute so I don't share anybody's incorrect information. I'll show you guys how those come through. So like we said previously, last week, we said, well, that's cool. You could make a product and give the affiliate all the money, and you're going to get the opt-ins because you're going to have the order form on your page. Well, best practice is you should not have the order form on your page because your customer is ultimately going to go through the order form, hit the button, and have to put their information in again on that same order form. So, for example, I don't think I'm going to show anything important here. You can see the payment processor is an external API order. So that's how information's coming into ClickFunnels. You're going to see it like this. You're going to see the price. You're going to have who it is. You're going to have, obviously, their shipping information if your order requires shipping. But the other part of it is if you're used to opening up your ClickFunnels account and seeing orders here, you're not going to see orders. You're not going to see money here. Because yesterday I ran probably almost $400 of test purchases, and there is nothing reported here. So you're not going to see it, and I can show the other workspace. So to do both of them, just to prove here, you're not going to see it either. So what you just know that to be, you're going to have to either create that workflow inside of in here. There is also webhooks that you can use. But as you can see, I have one person that came through here that notified me and enrolled the person. And that's because I figured out that this product, the trigger for your workflow needs to be successful order, choose the product, and then also come through and choose the variant, which if you don't have a variant, the product is always its own variant. It's just the way Bullet Train is made. It's just the way it is. The other thing is obviously make sure on your product that you grant enrollment to your course. But that still won't trigger, at least in my case. It may have been because I used the same email address or whatever. It didn't trigger the enrollment email.
Yeah, so if you use the email address associated with your ClickFunnels account,
I didn't, but
you used a different one?
It granted enrollment, but it didn't actually send me the notification until I did it at this step. So I used a different one than this ClickFunnels account, but
so it did enroll you. I'm sorry, I was looking at the comments over here. So it did actually enroll you into the course?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm sorry, what did you have to do to get it to trigger that enrollment?
I had to go through here and make the event type opt-in. So basically, I'll go back and I'll just kind of demo it just so people can actually see it. It'd be easier just to do it this way. So add workflow. I'm just going to say offer lab test. I would say best practices, enroll them based on product purchase, enroll them based on workflow. They're not going to get 18 emails at the same time. And then, have obviously would be obviously the key thing, but just also have them enroll on the product. So I go add trigger. Obviously you want to make it active. Go down here to order, successful purchase. Normally, if you went on it through a funnel step, this would already be filled out for you. But we want to ignore this one, and we want to ignore this one, and we want to come down here and make sure we grab the same exact product that we have in OfferLab. So if you're like, close enough. No, it needs to be the same exact product.
Yeah. Don't. Yeah.
Make sure you on fire, right?
Yeah.
And then the product variant, it's just the way it is. The product is always its own variant unless you had other variants. So if you have other variants.
Do you have to pick a variant there? I didn't think you did.
I guess technically you don't. I just did.
Okay.
Right. And then you're going to hit save. Obviously, you're going to turn it on over here. And then at this point, you can have send the email, notify you, enroll, add a tag. All of that can come through at this stage. Build your workflow like how you normally would. The only difference is setting up that trigger to not be tied to a funnel page.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. Because it's not on a funnel page.
It's not on a funnel page.
Because that Stripe checkout page is something completely independent. And again, it makes sense because otherwise, every new platform they bring in, they're going to have to figure out how their checkout works on each one of the platforms. And then you are at the whim of the devs for each one of the companies going, hey, let's change the checkout form this week. And there you go. And I mean, with 2.0, we've seen 3, 4, 5 different variations on that checkout form over time. And imagine having to rewrite the entire code base inside of OfferLab to deal with that every time. Here, one integration, Stripe, you deal with Stripe, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, meaning the devs deal with Stripe, the devs at OfferLab deal with Stripe, that's it. Not, because I think they're planning on bringing in more things. Now, the other day we saw, when I was on a call with Mark Douglas the other day, we found one that was built on WordPress. And I was just like, is that really going to work to integrate with WordPress? But now from what you're telling me, because you don't have a checkout form on there, you put in that snippet of code, you click on the button, that triggers a button to then go to the Stripe checkout. That might actually then work. We didn't run through the funnel because I didn't want to, but now I'm starting to think we got to find somebody who still has a WordPress account. I mean, I'm sure there's got to be somewhere. I haven't talked to anybody in 10 years who has a WordPress account, but there must be somebody. And so we got to find somebody with a WordPress account and test that.
Well, and here's the thing that I don't know that a lot of people have really noticed. You go back to integrations, right? You have Shopify, ClickFunnels, WooCommerce, all of that. You also have Zapier down here. And it's to push orders from OfferLab to wherever you handle fulfillment using Zapier. So if you I guess obviously you have ShipStation too, but this is how you could have it, your WordPress site. And I would imagine you'd be able to HTTP back into your WordPress site to have it mark as an order. That's what it's doing. These servers are just talking to each other using APIs. And that's, sorry to kill the magic of OfferLab, but ultimately that's what it is.
Yeah. Now the other thing is click on webhooks there in the left sidebar.
Yes.
There was something I saw there earlier. No, that's not what mine looks like.
So the other thing is, I was looking through some of these, and you probably could get away with the notifications building off of order completed or order created inside of OfferLab as well. But if you're using ClickFunnels, just build your workflows off of product purchase. So
yeah, let me just check something before. Nope, it's not showing there. I saw something inside of OfferLab earlier today. Well, I thought I was on that page, but now the question becomes, why would I have been on that page? But it showed a whole bunch of pre-made webhooks inside of it. And I do not recall now what page I was on.
And while you're looking at that, I'll answer Tim's question. Tim said, are there videos that go with the products we promote or add our own offers, or do we create our own? So obviously that depends on how the creator made the funnel. I would imagine most will have videos, but you do have that functionality to add your own video on top of it. So I think specifically when you're thinking the transition from a single product to an OTO would be the real benefit to be able to tie in your own video, because I think a lot of people probably run these from a bridge page. So you would probably put your own video on the front of that bridge page and then introduce the product. They go to the next page, click, you say, hey, click this button, show them the screen share of it, and then have them go through that journey.
And I see Tim in the comments here confirmed 45 speakers, 17 minutes each. So they're just going to line them up. Go. 17 minutes. Click. Get off the stage. Next. Boom.
Yep.
Get them out there. No, I don't know.
Plus Russell, he said. Plus Russell. So I would imagine Mr. Brunson is getting more than 17 minutes.
Well,
it is his show after all.
And of course, as you said, there's going to be the repitch every day. And of course, in the morning, it's always the what are your ahas, for the day before. And then there's going to probably be a lunch break in there at some point, because otherwise people get very unhappy if you don't let them have some lunch in the middle of the day. So minimum of 6 hours, I would guess. I didn't do the math, 15 times 17, but that's a lot. Well, 15 times 20, well, figure 20 minutes, because you got to get people on and get the,
Yes.
So that is 300 minutes right there. That's 5 hours, plus lunch, plus Russell, plus whatever. So it could be 8 hours, and then the VIP session afterwards. And again, get signed up for VIP, $47, cheap money, plus all kinds of extra training. And Tim made some comment about being stuff from Inner Circle. So I don't know if he meant the trainings, the training group.
So. Yeah.
Or okay, that could be.
That was my guess. Yep.
Yeah. So that's it. So either way, it's the top of the hour. We were planning on not even going close to an hour today, and we managed to fill the entire time. So again, tomorrow, first off, go to go get signed up for Offer Lab. If you want to reach out to Madison and I in regards to this, again,
we might throw in some special bonuses.
Yeah, we got links right there where you can reach us on Facebook. And then the other thing is next 4 days after VIP, we're going to go live again, talking about our takeaways. We're going to be pulling in people from the crowd there to talk to them as well, especially people who are ClickFunnels users, because I know that some of the people we're invited are on some other networks, but we're going live into the ClickFunnels channel here. So we're mostly looking for ClickFunnels people the next few days here as well. So
you other people go on your other shows and your other groups.
Yeah. Go be with your own people.
Take your 2cc wards down.
Yeah.
Don't make Dan rant again.
Exactly. So, all right, Madison, that's all I got. I've talked myself out, and we're going to do this again 4 more days, and then I'm going to pass out.
Okay. Sounds good.
That's all I got. Okay.
All right.
We'll see y'all tomorrow.
See ya.